I grew up in an era where tech was taking off and the world was becoming a bit more futuristic. And having older sisters, I was a little exposed to the older tech as well. Naturally, I became grown to tech, I studied computer science, and I still follow news about it today. I may sound like a boomer saying back in the day, but okay, hear me out. Tech back then was really cool. Like, come on, have you seen these items? Like, they're so freaking cool looking. And I don't know about you, but my iPod has never failed me. She is still going strong even after like 10 years or something. And look. I'm all for touchscreens and stuff, but I think it's just making everything a bit too bland. There's even studies showing how touchscreens in cars are causing more accidents, and that physical buttons are better because we are able to identify it without even looking at it. But I get why we are moving towards this. It's cheaper, it's easier, and it's less work to manufacture. However, I think old tech was at its peak because this is where everyone was very imaginative. Especially Sony. I love Sony. I will be a Sony fangirl till I die. Like, look at these stuff. So cool. And the last thing I was really excited for tech in the modern days was the Samsung Z Flip. I was excited. I was screaming. I was livid. And it makes me want to go back to Samsung because the concept's so cute. Especially the front screen. I love that. And the act of just flipping the phone, like, it just feels so nice and it's compact. So I was thinking, what if I designed some tech for funsies? Like, I'm no industrial designer or anything. I am just doing this for fun. This is for fun, okay? So I took a hand of designing some things that we use every day. So just a disclaimer, I'm designing it based on my own taste because I am very picky. And yeah, so I thought it'd be fun if I just make like a mock company. So introducing Hammy Tech, where the best of best hams bring Gigi's creations to life. First up, I have the smartphone. This one was a bit hard because what more can you do to a smartphone? I know I wanted to have a physical keyboard because sometimes a display keyboard lags on my phone sometimes. However, the more I design, the more it looks so boring. I think it's the rectangular shape. So that's when I decided, since my company is based on hamsters, why don't I just add hamster motifs to each product? That's where it felt easier to design, to be honest. So now, what do I do? Well, remember in iCarly when they had their own parody phone? Which is like the iPair or something? So I was like, we don't have to keep it a regular shape. So I included a hamster-like design by making the shape a bit more organic looking. It's very reminiscent of a hamster. To keep it compact, I have included a sliding mechanic where if you slide the phone up, it'll show off a keyboard. The hands will include buttons that can help you navigate, so the left hand would cycle through apps or swipe for you, and the other hand would be the OK or go back button. The ears would count as a speaker, and of course, we have to add in an area for a phone charm. Honestly, I'm happy with this. My only complaint is that the shape of the phone would be very awkward to hold on to, so I'm not sure how that would hold up. Next, we have a camera. I love cameras, but sometimes they can be a little bit too big. I love having things being slid to open, so like a regular camera, it would include buttons, but to turn it on, you would have to slide the button area. To add a little bit of a hamster motif, I added ears on top, which one ear would act as a flash, and the other ear would act as an indicator light, like a low battery or recording, etc. As for the colorway, I wanted it to be reminiscent of my hamster that I have. Her name was Tank. She was a dwarf hamster with gray coating, and it was pretty simple. I love it. Then we have a portable gaming device. This was originally going to be inspired by the Steam Deck because I was thinking very linearly. It's hard to make portable devices a bit different because we usually have the same buttons we would use. So I was like, what if I just did something completely different? No inspiration, just do something. So I made something that looked a little bit like a hamster ball, and you would flip the controllers out to start playing. When it is closed, it will have an always on display to show the time or anything else, making it easy to have a quick look at something. And when you flip it out, the handles will have the same feeling as a regular controller. The circles here would be part of the game that you're playing, and it would show maybe like your lives or some items you have. It is separate from the HUD of the actual game, making it more a clean experience. Honestly, I think the games you can make on this would be pretty fun. Then we have a PC. Okay, so I use my PC for everything. My room is small, so I have no TV, so I have to improvise with my PC. So here's my bed, my table, my monitor, my second monitor, and my PC. Then that's me on the bed. I would just put something on my second monitor and I would just lie down on bed and make it act as my TV. Also, a PC takes up so much space, so I would rather put it in the wall. So I did. The PC would have all the components that you can remove. The keyboard and mouse on top is removable in case you need it. Under it is the actual PC, obviously facing towards you if you love RGB lights. I also made it colored like that just to separate all the PC parts, so ignore the coloring. There's a vent next to the PC parts to let the heat out. Then there's ports next to it. With this PC, you can connect any monitor as long as you have the wiring. And the damn PC is out of the way. That's pretty much it for this one. I didn't really flesh it out. I just wanted a PC concept that I dream of. Then lastly, the headphones. We heard of cat ear headphones, right? So what about hamster ear headphones? I kept this one a pretty basic design, but still futuristic looking. One thing I loved was having the control buttons on the wire or on the headphones, but I think I like the control buttons on the wire more. So on the headphones, I'm nosy as hell to what people are listening to, so I would add in what you currently listen to on the headphones. But it was kind of ugly the more I look at it, so I like the box on the wire more. On one side there would be buttons, and the other side would show you what you're currently listening to. Maybe you just want to have a quick glance on what is next so you don't have to wait 5 seconds for the song to start up or something, I don't know. And that's all my creations for now. I would love to flesh this out more, but I kind of got sick towards the end. But it's okay, I think I'm okay now. So what do you guys think? And what do you guys think about tech in general? And that's all, fellas. Thank you and goodbye.